AEW with their next pay-per-view on tap this Saturday. It's Full Gear coming to you from Jacksonville, Florida, Daly's Place. This Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. You can get it on Bleacher Report Live. If you're outside the United States, get it on Fight TV. So, of course, if we're talking about an AEW event, who better to help me preview that event than our honorary co-host and our AEW correspondent? He is the Natural Dustin Rhodes. What's up, Dustin?
Hey, Stu, you always give me such a great introduction.
Well, you deserve it. You know, I try to give you as much love as possible and try to at least make it worth your while, to come.
I'm glad somebody gives me some love.
Well, come on. Now, I saw the beautiful picture of your dog Brute the other day. I know he gives you a lot of love.
He just wants to be fed and he wants to sleep. That's all he wants to do.
That's a dog's life. I
wish I was a dog.
Yeah, I was going to say, couldn't we all be so lucky? So,
right?
Before we get into Full Gear, got a couple of things to ask you. First of all, how about Joseph Osai in that sack in overtime to get the Longhorns the win against Oklahoma State?
Hey, man, that was a huge win. I was very excited about that. They played hard. They played very hard, and they beat an undefeated Oklahoma State. So, if we could stay consistent like that every single week, man, we'd be in the race right now.
Well, and as it stands with, they've got 4 games left starting this Saturday against West Virginia at home. So, yeah, if they can stay consistent and keep to that level, hey, the Big 12 title's not outside the realm of possibility. So, we'll see. Your Rhodes Wrestling Academy getting ready to kick off. I know the applications have been coming in fast and furious, and I think you said you've already got your first class all set up and ready to go, correct?
I do. I just I don't want people to stop applying, because the first class. I mean, we're year round. We're doing camps all year, so it's going to be good. I can't wait. We've been to the building, man. Everything's getting set up. Everything's kind of rolling along. There's no hiccups in the road so far, and I expect there to be one, but there hasn't been one yet. So I'm looking forward to it. Some of the kids are already getting into town, and I'm just like, okay, well, cool. They're ready to go. So
hey, that's awesome. And you're going to do a women's class too, coming soon, right? At the academy.
Well, I have 8 ladies signed up for the first camp. I only have 1 so far for the second camp, so I'm looking for ladies also. But they're going to be mixed in there with the guys. It's going to be just a mixed class of everybody beating each other up. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun. Make sure you check it out. Rhodes Wrestling Academy. They're on Facebook. They're on Twitter. Reach out to them, as he said. Applications, keep those applications coming, and you'll get into another class and get some natural instruction in the beautiful sport of professional wrestling. Also, before we get to Full Gear, I've been seeing all the tweets from something called AEW Games, and they've got a big announcement I believe it's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now, I am not the best gamer in the world. I was the kid that had problems with Pac-Man when I was a kid. I know you play some games. How excited are you for whatever is going to be announced next Tuesday by AEW Games?
Man, it's an incredible time right now, man, all around for AEW. We're doing so much and growing each week, and, it's just sky's the limit. And we have all these new things that are on the show here that are fixing to be presented, and it's just really cool. So stay tuned for that announcement. I'm not much of a gamer either, and for me to play a wrestling game or anything like that, it's like I don't know what to do. Right?
Right, okay.
If only I was a natural at a wrestling game like I was in the ring, I might be a world champion. Who knows?
Hey. I wish I was too, but then again, we all have our gifts. So, So let's talk about Full Gear. This is 9 matches so far announced, or excuse me, 8 matches announced so far. Some great action that is set up for Saturday. Let's start with your brother Cody defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin. This has been a rivalry. It's been a competitive, nothing. I'm not sure there's really any angst other than Darby Allin just seems to be always in angst. But this has been a very competitive and very even rivalry for your brother Cody.
It has been, man. I've watched it from day one when they went to a draw, and it's like Darby Allin. He's a tough kid. He's a daredevil, and he doesn't have any fear, But I think sometimes when you don't have any fear, you'll do stupid things and make stupid mistakes, and that's what will cost you in the long run because you have no fear in your daredevil ways, right? And Cody, with him being the old school technician that he is, and Darby Allin, which they've had some incredible matches in the past, and yeah, like you're saying, it kind of is a rivalry, and it's built to this here, and we're going to see it Full Gear if my brother can pull it out. I love both of them very much. I love Darby. He's a good kid, and hang out with him a lot backstage. And so it's going to be interesting. I think they've both done their homework for it, and they're both ready for it, and it's going to be a tremendous show, man.
It really is. I'm particularly interested in seeing Arn Anderson's influence on Cody. Arn seems to be that kind of the straightforward. He keeps Cody focused because Cody tends to like to be a little flashy in the ring, and Arn seems to be the guy that will say focus on what you got to do and do what you got to do.
Well, you saw what happened last week. I was standing right next to Arn while Arn was barking out some orders, trying to keep Cody focused. And at one point, man, Cody looked at Arn like, they looked like they were angry at each other. But Arn, man, he knows his stuff, and Cody needs to listen to that because he's there for a reason. He's there for, as a coach to see, while Cody's in the middle of doing something to say, hey, grab this or do that, and Cody needs to pay attention. It's just like UFC coaches, from the outside, or boxing coaches, man. You're listening at all times at your coaches. You're trying to do what they ask you to do, but Cody still has to not lose sight of this is his ball game, right? This is his title on the line, so he's got to give it his all. But at the same time, man, it was pretty tense there for a moment. Me standing there with Arn, and he barked an order, man, and he kind of screamed it, and I was like, whoa.
Well, and that's but it seems like and remember Cody is the one that asked Arn to be his coach, so it's kind of one of those things that he's got to accept the fact that Arn's going to bark at him, and that intensity that we have seen for decades from the Enforcer. Whether he's in the ring or outside the ring coaching, it's going to come out, and it may catch him by surprise, but in the end, it's wisdom.
Whether Arn is being my tag team partner, breaking my arm, hurting my father, being on his side, whatever it is, the older he's gotten, the man is well-versed and is a technical god and is incredible in the ring at being the Enforcer, like you're saying. He was one of my teachers. I learned a lot from Arn, and I still learn a lot from Arn just sitting around and listening to him. And Cody needs to take his advice. And Arn's not there. I think Arn is at the age where he's not looking to hurt anybody, and Arn is very knowledgeable about the sport, and he's doing everything that he can to help Cody with the success that he has right now, being his coach. If Arn wasn't there, I don't know if Cody would have me ringside or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we talk about it sometimes, but that is Arn's main position right now, is to be the coach of the Nightmare family. So he's doing a tremendous job. And if anybody needs to listen to Arn, it is Cody, it is me, it is everybody that is around him, man. But right now, he's in Cody's corner. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Arn Anderson is just an absolute wealth of knowledge, and you know, a lot of people consider him. He was the driving force behind the Four Horsemen and every other team partner, whatever. He was the man that you know was looked at as kind of the authority. So I totally get that.
absolutely. Arn is the ultimate workforce.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? He's a workhorse. I mean, he is nonstop. When somebody else is lacking, he picks it up and he goes 90-0, man. And it's impressive to watch him, you know, and when the match is over and he can take a breather, that's when he rests. But he's always working. He's always making plans for Cody. He's always, you know, has a game plan. And I've sat in on some of their meetings before, and it's just amazing to hear him just spit out some knowledge to Cody, and Cody to be right there just looking at him eye to eye and listening. It's very cool because I was there once, and it's good to see.
Absolutely. A match that I am particularly interested in only because I know these two, and I have watched what this man does whenever the words elite or deletion are put into play. The elite deletion match, Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara. So now, as I said, know both these men, particularly Sammy. I'm not sure. Well, I can almost guarantee Sammy has no clue what he's getting himself into. Then again, it's as we record this on a Tuesday. I'm not sure Matt knows everything that he's going to get put Sammy into.
This is where the creative juices come to fruition here, and everything that you've built up for, it all culminates into this match. It's going to take place, and Matt, being the creator that he is with his character and the driving force behind everything he does, it's going to be an incredible opportunity for him and Sammy in this match, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't think Sammy is anywhere prepared for what Matt Hardy can pull out of his sleeve. You know what I mean? So it's going to be fun to watch, and hopefully Sammy survives.
Yeah, I agree. I hope Sammy survives. You know he'll come out a different person, having gone into the Broken Universe there. And this match is happening at the Hardy compound, as we understand it. So who knows what hijinks and shenanigans are going to happen there in the Hardy compound when Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara face off. Hikaru Shida defending the AEW Women's World Title against Nyla Rose. This has been building up pretty much since you guys were here in Austin back in February when Shida when Nyla Rose won the title. This has been building up almost since then, and now we're going to see it culminate this Saturday.
That's correct. Shida has been on a pretty good win streak, man, and I have called a bunch of her matches, a lot of her matches, and she's doing tremendous. Nyla Rose, man, you got to watch out for Nyla because Nyla has been a champion and knows what it takes to get there again. And if anybody can push anybody to the limit, it is Nyla. And there might be a significant size difference, but it doesn't matter. Nyla can go, but Shida can go too. So this is going to be one of those 50-50 in my mind. If I am a betting man, this one's a tough one to call. This one's a tough one to call for me if I'm a betting man.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I have a little more insight than that. So, but it's definitely going to be a tremendous match. I think every match is going to be a tremendous match. The one that I'm really, really looking forward to, and is the dream match for the Bucks and FTR.
Oh yeah.
I think this match can be one of the definite best matches of this year. And if they get ample time to create their story and to have some fun with this, because I know FTR are going to ground the Young Bucks,
Mm-hmm.
because FTR, man, they're in their rule book and all about rules and keeping it grounded and staying fair and doing this and that, right, and just old school ways. And that's what I love about them boys, man. They're rugged, they're tough, and they're the champions for a reason. They came in here and they kind of took over, and everybody's stepping up to them, but everybody's losing, by nefarious means or by pinfall, whatever it is. But that's what it takes to be champions, tag team champions. And FTR, definitely, I'm sure they've done their homework for the Young Bucks. Young Bucks have to step up.
Yes.
They're the challengers to this, and they have to bring it to the champions. So it's going to be a really it's probably going to be match of the night. If I'm looking at it all in all, it's going to be fun to watch.
It absolutely is. This is again a long time rivalry. This started long before FTR even thought about, long before AEW was even a thing. Everybody thought, that was the dream tag team match. FTR Young Bucks. That's Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express. That's Steiners and Road Warriors. This is up in that pantheon. And FTR, as you said, old school. They've got Tully Blanchard in their corner, which always adds a bit of advantage to them with that old school ground and pound style. And then you take Matt and Nick. We know what they can do, the high flying, the super kicks and everything. This is going to be, I think, a match that everybody, doesn't matter who you're a fan of, they're going to be watching this match. And this is going to be one of those matches that I think, if, like you said, if they get the time to tell their story properly, this is one of those matches that is going to live in wrestling history, kind of like, Rock and Roll Midnights or the Road Warriors Steiners or any of those types of tag team matches.
I think so, man. And, it's the old school versus the new school. It's like, who's going to give? And we're going to see Saturday night, Full Gear. It's going to be an incredible night of wrestling, but especially this dream tag team match of the old school versus the new. Has a really cool dynamic to it, and hopefully it delivers.
Absolutely. You got the World Championship Contender Eliminator Finals. Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, former tag team partners, and now they're going to face each other to see who's going to be the number one contender. This match should be an absolute banger of a match. Again, two opposite styles with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. I don't know what we're gonna have in store with Page. Something tells me Kenny Omega, we've seen the inclinations about going back to his old cleaner persona, and I think that spells trouble for Hangman.
I do too, but Hangman, don't count Hangman out, man, because he's a tough kid. He really is. I've watched him. I've tagged with him, and he hits hard. He really does. I've watched him have collisions with people, and the stakes are so high in this match that I expect both of them. And this story between them has really grown, and it's kind of grown, and now it's bubbling over here in this match. And we're going to see who's going to pull it out, man, who wants it more. But I'm pretty sure both of them are putting everything out of their heads for this match and really focusing that, hey, I've got to beat Hangman, or I've got to beat Kenny Omega. I've got to get to this world title shot, and it is, that's probably going to be one of those matches too that you need to watch for sure. I mean, regardless, watch the whole show, buy the pay-per-view, whatever. But, the dream tag team match, the Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page match, I mean, those two alone are worth the price of admission, man. And they're both going to be phenomenal.
Right. Absolutely. Talk with Dustin Rhodes about AEW Full Gear this Saturday. Before we get to the world title match, Chris Jericho, MJF, if MJF wins, he gets to join the Inner Circle. This is going to be one of those matches where you would usually just hope both of them just beat each other up, beat each other senseless. But I gotta imagine there's going to be some fun stuff coming out of this match, especially after a couple weeks ago when, of all things, they pull off a song and dance routine to one of Sammy Davis Jr.'s in Frank Sinatra's greatest hits.
Yeah, that was excellent. It was unexpected, and it was very cool to see that. And it was over with me. I was dying, man. It was just, I popped big. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Expecting this big meeting over a steak dinner, and then they start talking about their steak temperatures and whatnot, and then the curtain rolls back, and here we go. It was quite fun.
I tell you what, not to mention the versatility of the Jaguars cheerleaders. I mean, we know how athletic NFL cheerleaders can be, but boy, talk about that versatility. They were right in step and just added to it. By the way, how do you take your steak?
Mine, medium well.
Okay, I go about medium rare. I had one of our longtime colleagues that passed away a couple years ago. He used to ask for medium rare plus. So I can't go that.
Well,
medium
my
rare
wife,
to medium.
She wants it still living. So it's not even blue. It's like you put it on burner for like 5 seconds and that's it.
Okay.
She just kind of crusts the top just a little bit, but she likes them rare. So
Woo.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. All right, the world title match, an I Quit match, Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston, two men that you can't ever imagine having ever uttered those words. We know Jon Moxley, we know Eddie Kingston, how tough they are, what lengths they will go to. This is going to be one of those matches, again, like every other match. This is going to get violent. We know it's going to get violent. But imagining one of these two men being punished to the point where they would utter the words "I quit."
Yeah, you know what I mean. You don't want to be the one that says "I quit," right? And that's what it is. I mean, it's an I quit match, and I fully 110%. I am picking Jon Moxley to win this match. Jon, I've watched some of his fighting videos and his training videos and jiu-jitsu and things, and he's a tough kid, man. He was tough up there in the other company. He's tough down here. He's got the freedom to be tougher, and he's in shape and he can go. It's like he doesn't stop. He's got more gas in the tank than probably everybody on the roster. It is just incredible, and that's why he's a world champion. And Eddie Kingston, he's a tough kid too. He's a fighter from the city, man, from the big city, and just he's been around. He has a storied career. He's done a lot of violent matches, and this will definitely be a violent match. I'm sure that they'll pull out all the stops in this match, but ultimately, I think Jon Moxley retains.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way too, but I'm looking forward to seeing both these men just fight it out. It is AEW Full Gear this Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. You can get it on Bleacher Report Live here in the United States, or if you're outside the United States, get it on Fight TV. Catch it this Saturday night from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Dustin, as always, thank you so much for your help.
Thank you, buddy.
It's good to hear your voice, my friend.
You too, man.
And when we get some time, I want to come out and see the building and check out the facility.
Well, hell yes, you got to.
Absolutely. So, all right, man. I know you got a lot to do, so I'll let you get to it. But again, thanks for making some time for me, and love you, pal. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, buddy. Love you too. See you later.